Hello everyone and welcome back to Super Metroid. In the previous episode we beat a boss. I don't remember the name of the boss. I don't think I even ever said the name of the boss, so I apologize for that. I will probably put it in like text somewhere. And we got the space jump, which is great. So really the world is our oyster now. There's a couple of missile tanks we could go back and get, which I might do, but along the way there's some other stuff that I also want to take care of. First of all, let's get out of this awful area. And really where we're going is we're going to do cleanup. That's what this episode is really going to be called, is like the cleanup episode. Because I'm going to try to get as much things as I can that are available to get right now. Now the only issue is that I'm not really good with the space jump. There's a pattern to it that I've never really understood. I'm better at it than I am, the whatever you call it, the grappling beam. But essentially when you're coming back down at a certain point, you have to go ahead and hit the jump button again. And it takes, for me, like, I have to do it visually. I can't do it based off of timing. It's all visual to me. It's actually the same thing with the bomb jumping. And one of the reasons why I have so much issues doing that with just out of timing is that the bomb jumping, or like doing it off the ground, is that bomb jumping, if your rhythm doesn't change if you always do it in the air. You can see where you need to drop the bomb, so it's much easier to do in that respect. So, there's a couple directions we can go. Let's start by going in here, I guess, seeing where this goes. We've been in this room and there's a couple of directions or things that we could do. We want to go for one here to the right. Can we go right here to the right? How do we get over to the right here? We want to go into this room over there, but I'm not sure how we get there. I'm going to go ahead and go down below this or into a different room. We'll do some exploring as we find this stuff. Again, I haven't played this game in a very long time. Also, I can tell that my microphone is on. We cannot have any sort of background noise. We'd have to this is a quality stream. Quality only. These are all speed blocks, I want to say. So, we'll just go ahead and get to the one side and run over. Oh, or maybe not. I guess we have to go up the top path. So, we'll go ahead and just roll over real quick. Remember, I don't have to actually drop the bombs now. I can just jump. And we can just go down right here. We'll start by going down, and there's a couple of things we can get if we go down this way. And we have to go over another room, actually. It's not in this room. I was thinking you could fall down here, but I don't actually think you can. Where you have to fall down is one more room over, maybe? Which we will see in just a second. So if we go into this room, pop on over to here. And I think if we drop a power bomb right at the end here, can we go down? Yes, we can. Perfect. So, there should be a couple of things we can get here. Which one should we go down first? You guys have any opinions? I don't really have any particular opinions, but I guess we can do left first. Let's do left first. So we go down here, and like the previous ones, we float down ever so slowly. There's enemies. It's awful. They're trying to murder us, which is not very nice, mind you. But there's an actual cavern in here, and in these caverns there's a couple of things we can pick up on both sides, so we have to actually go down this path more than once. There's two things there. Go ahead and just drop a power bomb to see. Oh, it's not going to reveal it. I actually use the X-ray scope a lot in this one specifically just because I don't remember where anything is. So we can't go actually from right there. Must have to go from this passage right here. And this is where the space jump becomes really useful. Like when I was jumping around a whole lot earlier on. Oh, that's very rude. And, oh, oops. You kind of have to do a weird go in and out jump right here. Whereas using a lot of wall jumps and all that to get through the sands and all that, space jump just makes that so much easier. More importantly, we no longer need the grapple beam. That's the important part of all this. So that, is really, at least I'm thankful, all things considering, because I don't like the grapple beam. I'm not sure if you guys have figured it out, but I'm, like, objectively bad at using the grapple beam. I don't remember if there's anything way off. Let's not go down all the way yet. I don't remember if there's anything off here. No, there's not. So we'll go down, and then we'll actually have to pop back around. We'll have to make our way back up. Maybe. Do we not go? Where do we go down? Should be a place where we start to descend again. Maybe. Maybe. Am I crazy? Oh, there it is. Just a little bit further over. This will pop us back out into this room. And this is where you're supposed to actually get the jump ball. What is it called? The spider ball? Well, you don't really need to worry about that too much. Sand is still awful once you're in it. It's worth it to just make the effort to stay out of the sand. But this is when you're supposed to go over there and go ahead and grab that. We grabbed that early, so it wasn't the biggest deal in the world, essentially. So instead, we're going to kind of continue on, and I'm going to meet you back up top in that room that we just left. So I will meet you up there in a second. You know, probably no one else plays this game with the hand in the position I have it in. I'm not sure if I'll leave this in or not, but just to describe it, I'm holding the bottom of the controller with my thumb on my right hand. So my left hand, I'm holding on to the D-pad, which is already a little bit uncomfortable because the D-pad is in a bad position in this game. I don't really like using the shoulder buttons. But then my middle finger is resting on, what button is it? A? It's the run button. And then my pointer finger is resting on the jump button. Then as necessary, I'll switch my hand to a normal position if I need to jump and shoot. Otherwise, I will just go ahead and keep my hand on the run and jump button for the most part. It's a really weird way to hold the controller, but it works. Okay, and we're back. We're going to go ahead... Oh, if this guy doesn't stop us from moving. We're going to go ahead and pop down now the left or right. Directions are hard. The right of these two. And go ahead and grab the couple of things right down here. It's nothing too important, but, you know, the couple of upgrades, they do mean a lot when you only have a certain amount of HP. Just make sure you don't fall all the way down before you grab the upgrades, because then you have to do the routes again, which is not super fun, all things considering. Anyways, we'll grab that. And we'll go back down this direction. Again, and I think there's something over to this side as well. Yeah, you can see just the outline of it. Is that the best way to get that? I'm going to look and make sure that that is not bombable. Or not, like what that is. That's fault blocks. Okay. First of all, let's unequip that. And I had talked in the past about how much I dislike coming out of ball form and jumping. I wonder if I can... Is that blow up a wall? No. Okay, come on. I just have to get into ball form to get like that. Might actually be easier. I wonder, can I jump high enough? Oh, I cannot. Let's not do that because I might actually end up in the pit again. Okay, come on. So I'm up in the corner. Shoot. Almost got it. That's the one we want. That's more power bombs. You always want more power bombs. You have to do it like when you're going up, like your momentum in that Samus's momentum is going up, because then you have an extra little bit of time to go ahead and get into there. I'm just really bad at that. So it's a bit of a struggle to go ahead and do this, and if you screw it up too badly, you'll end up right back down in the pit. I wonder, you know, it wouldn't be surprising. You can actually, can you go up here and get it from this direction maybe? That would actually make more sense than doing what I was trying to do. There you go. That was so much easier. I was trying to, you know, get into that little hole, and that was not working. That was much easier to do. So with that, we got all of that. So let's look back on our map real quick. We already went and did care of that. So we have a couple of rooms up top that we can take care of, and I think that's where we'll go next. We'll go ahead and get to that one locked room. That was like, we can't. I was like, we could maybe do this, and then I was like, oh wait, no, we can't. Why can we not do this? Well, now we can do it because we beat the boss and the door is unlocked. Because there was a locked door that was stopping us before. So I think that's where we're going to go ahead and rush to first. And that'll actually get me, you know, it'll give me a chance to show off some stuff that I don't think a lot of people get to see very often. Which I think it would be fun. It's one of those things as someone who likes this game, even though if they're not very useful, it is nice to show off things that people usually don't show off. Like even in like runs of this game, I don't think I remember people like showing it off very much, at least like back like 10 years ago. But if we kind of just jump up here, you know, these jumps are all super easy to make just with a high jump, and with the space jump, you really, well, you don't need any extra help. Remember, I was like before, this door's locked. Also, let's not just fall. Which is fine. Again, we can. It's not super difficult now to just go ahead and jump up here. You don't even need the wall jumps. Just making sure your timing is correct is the big deal. And coming to here, more space jump. That should be what this is all called. More space jump. Now, if I remember correctly, if you actually hold the charge beam, that if you, while you're doing the space jump, you actually end up doing some damage if you collide with enemies. I'm not going to do that very often. because for one, it's not really necessary. Later on, you get a power-up that actually does the same thing. But also, with how I hold the controller, it doesn't make sense. Say, don't hold the controller normally. I'm not sure if I talked about that. I went in the little cutout section. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll leave that in. It's like, yeah, this is like how you hold an arcade machine. Also, come on. Stop screwing it up. This guy right here is what's screwing me up right there. There you go. And he's gone. He no longer exists. So, we come over to here. We have a nice little weird room here. These guys actually give you a good bit of energy because, or just power-ups in general, because they all drop stuff. So you can go in and out of this room if you need to. But come to here and you'll notice the door locks behind us. Now if we come all the way down, we have the plasma beam. We have all of our beams now. So this is the strongest beam with, and I'll show this off before I even fire the thing, with all of the beams equipped except for the spacer, this does 300 damage. So to speak. Your super missiles, I was looking this up a little bit, as long as I'm correct, I was just looking up the damage. If the plasma beam or the super missiles did more damage, the super missiles also do 300 damage, so to speak. So these are all super good, but now these space pirates that we were not able to kill before, all of a sudden just die like it's nothing. So first of all, let me see if I can get to a good room to show this off. I want like nothing in the foreground. Let me see, was this room, did it have 4 things in the foreground? Yes, it did. So we're not going to worry about this. It just annihilates anything it touches. But, again, let's continue on. I want to get to a room that, how's this? You know, this room could work. Let's clear this out. And, so, first of all, I'm going to show off. So this is with, what, ice, wave, and plasma. If we go ahead and head over here, we can change which things we have equipped. So first of all, let's turn off the ice. How do you turn off the ice? There you go. Like that. So this is wave and the plasma beam. Then, if we go over here, I'm going to switch that around. Just wave and ice. There's a lot of times people don't get to see this. I think that's just that. So that's those two. But if we go ahead and go over here and turn off the ice beam, remember correctly, turn on power beams and then charge. You see, we have a plasma shield. This is a special little thing. That does 300 damage for every time it like clips into an enemy. But that's not just it. If we go over to here, unequip the plasma beam, and re-equipped the wave beam, we go ahead and do the same thing. We charge up a shot. And now we have a wave beam shield. Nice little effect. And it's centered around like where you are. So it'll float around. I don't remember how much damage that does off the top of my head. Finally, if we unequip the wave beam and equip the ice beam, do the same thing. You see, oh, they changed their color. Let me first and foremost get rid of this guy because he's going to be a problem. You see that the amount of damage that just the ice beam is not a lot. And we have a little ice shield. This surrounds us and can be, do damage over time. Finally, I want to say if we equip just the spacer, then give this just a second to go ahead and do its thing. Charge up. And we have the wave beam like little attack there. Now, I'm not going to use those very often. They're not the most convenient because you have to go ahead and switch which of the power-ups you have equipped on and off. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. But those are all your different abilities, so to speak, as far as that goes. Now, you can either have the spacer or the plasma beam on. So we'll keep the plasma beam on because it does more damage. And as you saw earlier, the plasma beam just kind of annihilates whatever it touches. So with that, we have all our beam upgrades, so we are the most powerful Samus, so to speak. There's one more upgrade in the game that we'll have to get a little bit later on, but as far as like the big ones, we have all of them. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we have to find our way into 2 different areas. I think that's it for like power-ups that we're currently missing. We need to get ourselves into, the 2 like grayed out rooms that are over there. So when I get over there, I will go ahead and let you guys know. So we come down to this room where we just fell down. The sand, and now this door is unlocked. It was locked previously. This is a thing that comes with beating that boss. So we'll go ahead and explore this area. One thing that might be worth, and I've said this previously, is unequipping the ice beam. You lose, I want to say, 50 damage per shot, but you're still doing it like 250 damage, all things considering, and that's a lot of damage. But then enemies that would die in 1 hit would still just die in 1 hit, not 2 like they're dying right now. Just something to keep in mind. So Want to be a little bit careful as we're going through all this. Spikes still do a lot of damage even at this point in the game. Spikes just in general are bad. You don't want to be touching the spikes. Let's get rid of this guy. So he's going to make that jump a lot more difficult. We can clearly tell you're not, like, there's no more grapple spots. You don't need the grapple beam anymore. That's just that's a beginner deal. That's like for the in-between. So we could have come back here before, but you know, we didn't ultimately. The other thing I need to figure out how to get into is actually that room right over there. I'll be honest, I don't remember how you get into that room. So this might be a little bit of an experiment as I go ahead and do some walking around. But it's got to be right here. It has to be, really. Also want to be careful because there is this Metroid up here. So I don't like the door flashing, so I'm going to open that once so I don't have to worry about that. So the path we just went through was like an exit area, or an exit door. So we, like, really, it doesn't have anything too important there, but we went through it the wrong way. You're supposed to go through it actually the other way, but, oh well. I was showing other stuff off, and we didn't actually need to go ahead and go through it. So I'm saying actually a lot. So there should be, I don't think it's in any of these, maybe. Oh, instead we're taking damage. There must be spikes in the bottom of these pits. If you go all the way down. But there has to be a way to get into some of this. Oh, the other thing could be, hold on, let me check something. The other thing it could be, before I get too far into this, because one thing I think I realized, like, passively, but never really brought attention to, and never, like, actively confirmed, but if we go into this room, just a quick question, is this a speed booster? Because I don't think power bombs, like, they'll reveal any bomb slots, but it won't reveal, oh, or you could just go through the wall, never mind. I was trying to be all sorts of special, buddy. Could you just not? Okay, you're gonna be a pain. I don't think I could drop. Yeah. Is this also? Yeah, so, but that's coming from the other direction. Here, can we just, or maybe do that? No? Buddy? It's very rude of you. I just assumed we'd maybe be able to jump over this guy? Yeah, okay, you're just supposed to jump over them. It's a little bit awkward to go ahead and get that jump going. When we go into here, we will go ahead and grab a missile recharge. We didn't need the missiles. Oops. Anyways, that's here. So, with that, I think we're done with Maridia. If I'm forgetting anything, I'll come back and grab it later on. Instead, we'll just go ahead and make the run to the right. Go through this area. Super easy to get back out. And let's decide on where we're going to go next. I think first and foremost, we're going to go back and do a little bit of cleanup. There's a couple of places that we've missed items throughout the time. So we're going to start, let's start by going to Brinstar. So I'm going to go ahead and go down and meet you guys back in Brinstar. Oh, that just murders them. It's good to know is that the plasma beam just murders. I mean, I've always viewed them as the gas guys, but you know, the gas guys have been giving us at least a little bit of grief up to this point. Just completely annihilates them. Okay, lined up correctly. Jump up, and we're back to this room. If you remember, we could not do this room earlier because we didn't have the gravity suit. There's invisible platforms as we had revealed earlier. Just don't quite remember where they're at. Maybe if I don't continuously just jump into the spikes. Come on. Oh boy. There we go. So there's an invisible platform here. You run across it, and you can get over to this room. Go ahead and get yourself some missiles. I want to say there's something else in this room, even though I don't quite remember for sure. I mean, it seems like a lot of effort just for a couple of missiles. Yep, more missiles. So, go ahead and make sure you grab both of those real quick before you head on out. So, there's two other things that I want to do. Or at least I think two other things. One thing I'm not for sure on. The other room we're going to go ahead and make our way back to is, if you guys remember, there was the room in which we fought Crocomire. I don't remember where that was. It's actually not in this area, is it? It's in Brinstar. We're going to make our way over to Brinstar next, probably. I think that, or Norfair. We're going to go ahead and make our way over to Norfair next. And go back to these one room where it's like fall down blocks hell. So that's the other place we'll be going real quick. Here. Thought so. I was thinking, sorry, we're not where I said we're going to cut. I was thinking there was something we could have grabbed in this area. If you drop a bomb here, you can actually go through this wall. Maybe we could have even done this much. Oh no, you needed power bombs. but we could have done this earlier if I had remembered this was here. I was thinking it was here and just was not sure. So first of all, you see acid and these guys. So what you're going to want to do is freeze these guys while they're in their sitting position, run all the way to the left, and then run to the right, not screw it up, and try to shine spark up that corridor. So you need the shine spark and bomb jumps, or not bomb jumps, but power bombs to get into this area. So, I mean, and you can't, like, technically I think you could bomb jump up some of these, but this one specifically, I think it's a shine spark block up at the top here. So you need shine spark at the very least to get here. You can't get this early. But we got more super missiles. So we should be getting close. We can have 50 super missiles total. I don't remember all the counts, but we have to be getting close as far as all that is concerned. Again, just not going to use the grapple beam. It's easier this way. Anyways, now, after I show where we pop out, we will go ahead and make our way out. No, go ahead and grab that. And I'll meet you guys back down that way. Maybe. There's a little on. Oh, that's what that is. We still have to fight Ridley before we can go ahead and do that. So next up, we are going to go ahead and make our way to Norfair, Brinstar. We'll probably, again, I'll meet you where we fought Crocomire, essentially, is where our next dealio is. We're going to go to the room that was like fall down block hell, is what I called it. Okay, we're here, and it's so much easier with the space. I even completely forgot to keep on commentating when we came into the room. I wasn't expecting that. I was like, oh crap, it's the room, it's the room. But we did go ahead and grab that. So, we have that now. Next up, it's time for us to make it over to Ridley's hideout. I will meet you back to the big scary room we were at before. So give me just a quick moment to jump over there. So, we've made it back to this room. Now we can go into this lava and not take any damage. This is the perk of the gravity suit. If we come all the way down here, there's nothing special. But with the space jump and the gravity suit, between the two of them, you can actually make your way up. Now, I don't think you can actually wall jump your way up here. If you did, it would be such a pain. But we're to Ridley's hideout, and Ridley is the last boss we need to go ahead and find. First and foremost, let's go ahead and pop here. Is there something up above? Looks like there would be something up top there, but I guess not. Instead, we'll pop in here, and this is actually where we're going to end this episode. So, this was the big backtracking episode of this series. You know, every Metroid Let's Play has one. But next time, we're going to go ahead and continue on, keep it going, and ultimately, we're going to go ahead and see what we can find in Ridley's hideout, especially since we're so close to 100% of the game. Anyways, I hope you guys have all enjoyed. I certainly have, and I will see you guys next time. See you then.